Okay. With us today, we have Sue Kim, president of Link Texas, and Amy Kridaratikorn, external affairs officer, to discuss the organization and their upcoming event, Escaping North Korea, The Road to Freedom. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today. How are y'all?
Good, thank you. Yeah, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so tell us about Liberty in North Korea.
So Liberty in North Korea is a nonprofit humanitarian organization, and we're part of a bigger chapter that's located in California. So even though they focus more on like kind of rescuing refugees and getting them resettled in South Korea or U.S., our main purposes are to promote, awareness about getting the word out about the conditions and humanitarian issues in North Korea. And our second purpose is to fundraise so that we can help rescue Korean refugees from China.
So how exactly do you help these refugees in different areas?
So first is like we raise about $3,000, which is the cost to rescue one refugee. And after we send that money to the headquarters, they actually take that money and they have people located in China and Southeast Asia. And so they're able to accompany those North Korean refugees back to South Korea. And we also have resettlement programs such as scholarships, sending people to colleges or helping people get set up in a business. And so there's a lot of those good things that we do.
So it's not taking people out of North Korea, you're helping the refugees after maybe they've already left infected from North Korea, and then they're in other places where they don't have refugee status.
Right. In China especially, like every refugee has to go through China in order to escape. And in China, they don't recognize them as refugees. They recognize them as just kind of illegal immigrants. So then they're treated really poorly, and because if they go back to North Korea, they're either publicly executed or they are in prison for life. So because Chinese people know that, they kind of tend to exploit that and treat them really badly. Yeah.
So have there been people that you guys have seen that you've helped?
Yeah, actually, our past members, they got to go to South Korea and they got to meet people that we personally rescue, which was incredible because, you never get used, a lot of times, like you don't get to see exactly what kind of impact you make, but then we're able to physically see that and meet with them, yeah.
So how do you raise money?
Our main fundraiser right now is every Friday we do fried Oreos. But this coming weekend, we're doing a benefit night dinner. It's called Escaping North Korea, Road to Freedom. And actually, Amy's going to talk more about that right now.
Okay. Yeah, so our event is called Escaping North Korea, The Road to Freedom, this Sunday at the SAC Black Box from 7 to 9. And basically, a North Korean refugee who's 24 years old named Kwang Sung-jung is going to come and speak about his experiences in North Korea, escaping through China, going to Thailand, and then making his way to South Korea. And and so he will be holding a Q&A session during our benefit dinner, and which will also be catered by Chosun Galbi. And yeah, it's really cool because he's only 24 years old, but he's already escaped a dictatorship country, and he's only a little bit older than us.
So what do you really hope for people to take away from this and learn from the event?
Well, we just feel like the people or students in UT Austin need to gain more awareness of North Korea in general, so we just want more people to know more about North Korea, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually meet and speak with a North Korean refugee.
Could you tell us a few things about the conditions there and why people are trying to escape?
Okay, so a couple of more obvious ones are obviously they don't have any freedom to move around, they don't have freedom of speech, they don't have freedom of religion. But in addition to those, the conditions in 1990s, they had a great famine, so then there's a big shortage on food, so then a lot of the children are malnourished, and they have stunted growth compared to especially to South Koreans. And even after they escape North Korea into China, there's about 30 to 50,000 North Korean refugees still in China. And since they're not recognized as North Korean refugees, they have very bad treatment, and especially women, they get usually sold into as prostitutes, or they get sold into as marriage, as a wife to someone in rural areas, and their children are not documented, so then they don't have access to education, they cannot go to hospital, and so there's a lot of problems with those. Yeah. their status.
So they understand that, you know, things aren't perfect in North Korea. I know a lot of the people in the area, in the country, they feel very loyal to the leader and everything, but so people know that they are under famine and things are happening, or?
That's, I guess, kind of controversial, and it's because a lot of the people kind of know, but then they've been brainwashed for a long time to think that, you know, their country's doing the best, like that their leaders providing for that. But in the recent past, like they've seen that, like they personally experienced that it's not the case. And with the influx of like Korean dramas or like American music or just like a lot of, you know, with new technology, they're able to kind of see that it might not be the case, and people are starting to turn from the government and trying to rely on themselves to, you know, create a better life for themselves. Yeah.
Okay. So real quickly, how can people get involved with Link if they want to?
Yeah, so people can get involved by, you know, coming to our Fried Oreo fundraisers on Friday. We can also, or you can also buy tickets to our event on Sunday, and in general, like, just join our club. Do you have anything else you would want to say?
Every semester we have a couple of screenings. So we have people from the headquarters that comes to UT and kind of talks more about like current issues in North Korea. So that would be really nice if you guys could join us.
All right, well, great. Thanks. Coming up next, a live performance from Moonlight Social. Stay tuned for more Good Morning Texas.